Ungiven deck that's way sweeter than the last one. The last Gifts Ungiven deck was lame. This one is sweet. Alright, I guess it's be fine. Muddle the Mixture sounds terrible. It's really slow and clunky and narrow. I'll grab a basic island here, and we're going to Serum Visions. We don't know what we're playing against, but we are just, like, digging for lands at this point. That's actually great. This actually, if this lives, this sets us up for a turn 3 Obsidian. I'm actually just going top here, right? I just, like, want both of these lands. I think there is a Monastery Mentor deck with Jace. So the big problem with Monastery Mentor is that 3 mana is a lot of mana in Modern, and Modern's very creature interactive heavy, which means that a lot of people are able to kill must-answer threats like Mentor on demand. Yep, yeah, first game of the day, Jet. Noble Hierarch Breeding Pool. Could be Infect, could be Kiki Cord. Could be Kiki Cord, Hallowed Fountain. Could be Nightfall. Could be Kiki Cord. Birds of Paradise, probably Nightfall. So we'll loot with Jace. Discard this one. Could be Spirits. Voice probably means Nightfall, right? I'm gonna lead on Serum Visions here, see what we get. I could have potentially flipped my Jace there, but I don't think that's very useful. Neither of these look particularly appealing. All right, so here's the combo in this deck. It's not a good combo. It doesn't kill your opponent instantly. But, so, when you Goryo's Vengeance Obsidian back into play, we're gonna get 2 Exile triggers during the end step, and we get to stack them so Obsidian exiles himself. So we're gonna need to keep this Obsidian forever here. Next turn, we're actually going to get to Jace loot away Elesh Norn, and then Jace flashback Goryo's Vengeance on Elesh Norn, mostly wiping our opponent's board out. This is one of the more fair. So you want to stack this, so this one goes on the stack first, so Obsidian exiles himself. Jake, do you need help? Help, please. Yep. Don't just scream. Say help, please. Found it to be a card. Okay. Card. Go. Down. Hey. Go. Sorry. We had a tiny emergency. Had to address. Yep. They actually have to chump block this turn, right? Because the Obsidian's going to knock them to 10, and then, yeah, so we're just going to wrath their board here. This was a good showing for the start of this deck. So we'll loot with this. I'll bin this Elesh Norn. I'll target Goryo's Vengeance. We'll Goryo's Vengeance to Elesh Norn, which makes this a 7/7. So they have to chump block here. God, that's great. Just good clean living there, chat. Just good clean living. All right, what are we doing here? Supreme Verdict's probably great. Don't need Iona. Elesh Norn is probably excellent. Probably want Collective Brutality. Do I want Collective Brutality? Is that a thing I'm interested in doing? Do I want these discard spells? They're probably fine at picking apart like Voice. Yeah, Liliana the Veil's probably bad. I agree with that assessment. I guess D-Sphere is pretty good at cleaning up Voice of Resurgence. Brutality picks off random poopers, which is nice. It also takes collected companies and stuff away. Just like bring in a Miser Dispel for their Cocos. I think Negates and Counter Squalls are too much mana, but I think like the Dispel's probably fine. I like this plan. Let's do it. Let's do it, chat. That sounds like not super exciting, but I think it's fine. Kinda wish I had untapped blue on one. Makes it a whole lot better. Jeff playing decks makes me get a lot of decks. I don't know if I should apologize for that or not. You can be the judge. Collective Brutality is pretty good here. I definitely don't need another Goryo's Vengeance. I think I'm just gonna bottom this Jace. I think I just want the max chance of having a verdict on 4. Do they not have a land? That would be so good for us. Can they remove Iona on white? I don't think so, but at the same time, it's like, does Iona on white have a meaningful impact on the game? All right, so I think I'm just escalating. And this is one of the reasons why I love this deck too, is that we just get to discard and like loot through extra cards in our hand that aren't good anymore because of cards like this. So I want to drain them here. Like, I actually only have one way to take this off the table. See, I think I'm actually just going to cast with all 3 modes and go like kill, kill, drain, and ditch Goryo, ditch Unburial Rites. Oh, I guess I should have played this and left Dispel up this turn. Wow, what a fucking beating. Holy God. Holy God, I deserve that. Wow. Wow. Whoa. I just like I went to a different place. I went to a different place because they played the Grafdigger's Cage, and I was talking about like how it's good to be able to discard these extra things. So I like went into autopilot and didn't play my land out. And then we got remanded. All right. Yeah, let's just do this. All right, mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. That's a spell queller. Yep, more mistakes were made. Might just die here. Have a timeout. You don't need to scream in my chat. You have a second Queller. They might not be playing company. They, what's it called? They could just be playing, Jace. Like, there are variations of this deck playing Jace. Yeah, and we're dead. Alright, good chat. So that remand lost us the game. Or that not playing the land before the Dispel lost us the game. Alright, they have Grafdigger's Cage in their deck. Does that change how I'm sideboarding? I think it does slightly. I think I'm gonna trim at least one of these. Bring that in probably. Seems fine. Oh yeah, you're right. They have Cage, so they're just a Jace deck. Oh, that probably makes the Dispel bad, right? That probably makes the Dispel bad. It's just not good enough. I mean, this is the best of the 3 hands we looked at. I'm just topping that because we're going to shuffle it away to Serum Visions here. I think the Disenchant is too narrow. Yeah, sure. So like Disturbed Forest is doing the typical thing where like, you're right, we're not dead on board, but I could probably stack both decks and still lose the game, even if I hit the way to clear for the verdict there. So like, we're not dead, but we're not winning the game. So why am I going to continue playing a game that we definitely can't win? Like almost certainly can't win. I think Blood Moon is fucked, and I wouldn't mind if it was gone in Modern. I think it's just one of those cards that just like removes interesting games of Magic from the format. I could have escalated Collective Brutality. I could have shocked and then played Brutality and killed a thing and escalated it. So chat's right that like we weren't technically dead there, but we weren't winning the game, which is why I stopped playing Magic. I think Blood Moon is fine in Legacy. I think there's enough obnoxious things that occur in Legacy that talking about whether or not Blood Moon is good there is like, well, there's other things that we need to prioritize other than getting rid of Blood Moon. Flooded Strand. Yeah, I don't really want a Flooded Strand at this point. It's not very good either. I guess you could potentially kill a Tireless Tracker next turn. I actually really like the card Field of Vryn. I think Field of Vryn does a good job of doing what people try to defend Blood Moon is doing, which people talk about like Blood Moon punishing greedy mana bases. No, Blood Moon just randomly steals games. It's okay to play Blood Moon because it's Jacob, inside voice, buddy. It's okay to play Blood Moon and enjoy like cheesing people out of games. Like that's fine. But like, don't lie to yourself. You're not playing Blood Moon to keep people honest. You're playing Blood Moon because you want to get free wins with whatever deck you're playing. Like that's why we play Blood Moon. Fatal Push. Fatal Push is pretty good here too. I'm in the market for some land since we drew this Obsidian. I think I'm going top here. Although I guess this is card 6, this is card 7. Oh yeah, if I draw the land next turn, this actually flips, and then I'm gonna be able to cast the Obsidian, which is great. It depends on the context of the matchup, Cryogenic. That's not just a straight black or white answer. You're very loud, oldest son. I love you, but we need to work on our inside voice. Yes. Yeah, I agree, Telly. Do not, and I want to flip this. So we're gonna shuffle away this path, but that's fine. Oh, they have Spell Queller plus 1 card we don't know. Yes, Jacob. I don't think I need a third black. I'm just gonna conserve my health total here. Sweet, no remand is great for us. They don't have a path here, we'll get to start racing them in a pretty big way. Womp womp. Oh, I discarded an island earlier? Huh. The fact that there was only one basic left in my deck is a big reason to have shocked there. Yes, Jacob. Inside voice, Jacob. Inside voice, Jacob. Maybe I'm supposed to hold lands here because there's Jaces in my deck. Yes. So the last card is Spellcrawler. No, but we do ban dickheads that post stupid shit like that in my chat, so get out of here. I'm interested in removing cards from the format that create non-games of Magic, that remove my ability to make interesting decisions in the course of a game, and Blood Moon does that a lot of the time. Eat your snack, buddy. I didn't time them out, I banned them. Someone like that is never going to come around. I'm just like an unreasonable human being. Alright, Azcanta, do your thing. So we're gonna cast this, get Spell Quellered, Path or Spell Queller, Brainstorm. Yep. They have no cards left, so we basically have Jace on an almost empty board. Sorry, I muted my microphone there because Jake was being exceptionally loud. Huh. That's great, right? I get to put this back. Actually, I want the Elesh Norn. Actually, I can just cast the fucking Elesh Norn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we can. All right. So I probably want to bin this extra Jace, though. Oh, I don't have the thing flipped anymore. I'm dumb. All right, let's put these back. Let's cast this baby Jace. And then next turn, we'll play Elesh Norn and wrap this game up. It's really weird that they keep fetching and playing their lands here, because they have tireless trackers in their deck, so I'm not sure why they're spewing that value. This is just the biggest justice in the world. Opponent's been playing out extra land and fetching for no reason here, and just like, they could have +2 clues right now if they had just played tighter. Just like, that's so great. And now I get to kill this thing with a fucking Elesh Norn. Here's my big mama. Here's my big mama. Oh, yeah. Just getcha. We mulliganed to 5 this game, right? This was the game we started on 5 cards, right? We started on 5 cards this game, right? That was sweet. All right. So we're 1-0 at this deck. We 3-2'd with Storm. I'd just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic on this channel every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons, as well as some other random evenings, weekends, mornings. So if you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything up so that people find my stuff. If you want to help me make more of this content, the best way to do that is by subscribing on Twitch. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. Jacob. I mean, so Drake, I'm just going to give you a timeout because I feel like you might have the capacity to change. So I timed out Drake there because they did the typical, and you see this outside of Magic too. What Drake's argument was Blood Moon's fine because it's less shitty than getting turn 3 Karned. Turn 3 Karn is also obnoxious and terrible and probably shouldn't exist in the format. Don't defend one thing being terrible by saying it's slightly less terrible than this other thing that's also terrible. It's okay to say they both suck and we hate both of them. It's okay. It's okay. If you think they're both fine, that's a different argument. But don't say Blood Moon's fine because turn 3 Karn sucks. Because I agree. They both suck, but like one isn't a defense of the other. At any rate, inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you could save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags, all sorts of sweet stuff there. And finally, this stream is brought to you by Anoronics and viewers like you. Anoronics like to remind you to hit that follow button if you enjoy what you're seeing. All right, let's see if we can get on in here and finish this league strong. I think I need to go fix a car really quick. I'll be right back. And I mean, and there's also like degrees of interaction too. Like part of the reason, hey, Gregor the Nerd with the 2-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thanks for re-upping that support. I do appreciate it. there's degrees of interaction too, right? Like, part of the reason why turn 3 Karn is so heinous in a format that has a lot of other powerful things in it is because it's difficult to interact with turn 3 Karn, right? Like, efficient land destruction also generates bad games of Magic, so Wizards doesn't print efficient land destruction anymore, so there isn't really any efficient land destruction in Modern. So you don't have a good way to attack turn 3 Karn to prevent it from happening if you're an interactive deck, which leaves you the option of trying to play a deck like Storm and go under it, which also leads to like some kind of awkward things. All right, so we're looking for another land here. Also wouldn't mind like Goryo's Vengeance or Obsidat, those types of things. All right, that's a land and an Obsidat. All right, I think I'm just gonna go top here. Let's go top. We picked up another Jace, and that's not the worst. This card, a lot of people kill on sight, so having a backup's not the worst. What do you think about Back to Basics as it was in Modern? I think Back to Basics would be a fine card in Modern. I think Back to Basics is a great example of a card that like actually punishes greedy mana bases and gives you room to play and fetch around it. It's not like Blood Moon, where I didn't fetch before the Blood Moon came down, so now I'm locked out of playing Magic. With Back to Basics, I could fetch basic lands after they put the Back to Basics in play, so that means I actually have play and counterplay to the card because of how the card is templated. Okay, so Titan Shift? Probably Titan Shift, we'll see. So it's probably gonna be like turn 4 Gifts for Unburial Rites plus Iona and then Flute by Iona in on green. You feel about cards that reduce mana abilities by 1 for things that produce 2 mana. So Storm is easier to interact with than a lot of things. The Storm deck is, as far as like blistering fast decks go, is powerful, but it's less powerful than a lot of the other things. Oh, this is that deck. Okay, so it's the Eldrazi deck. Interesting. So this is probably gonna be a Elesh Norn next turn. I think Price of Progress is too good for Modern. I think Burn is already tier 1, and I don't want them to have to ban something out of it if they print Price of Progress. Land's actually a great draw here, because it means I get to fluke the Obsidat out too later. Beep beep, time to hop in my Protean Hulk-shaped Jeep. Yes, I agree with Rollins. As someone who's played against Pop a lot in Legacy, like, it sounds really obnoxious in Modern. Before they printed Prized Amalgam, I really wanted them to put Cabal Therapy into Modern, but since Prized Amalgam and other cards now exist, that would just make Dredge too obnoxious. No, Blood Sun is fine how it is. Blood Sun is fine how it is. They could have maybe said non-basic lands can't produce multiple mana to make it host Tron lands. I think that probably would have been reasonable. So I'll grab Unburial Rites Elesh Norn here. They'll take Obsidat out of our hand probably. I did see the Polymorph deck. It looks sweet. Yes, that's 10 out of 10 a deck I would take as a donation deck list. They took my Path to Exile. That's interesting. Huh. Huh. Maybe they have an Eldrazi Obligator? That smells like Eldrazi Obligator, right? I played the land they didn't know about. That was a mistake. So am I supposed to flute? If I put Elesh Norn into play here, if I put Elesh into play and they have Eldrazi Obligator, they hit me for 5, 11, 15 and I die? I could just Obsidat, blink Obsidat, and then I take 7, but I gain 2, and then next turn I could Elesh Norn and then crack them for 7. I kind of just like getting this Obsidat out of my hand, just so they can't Thought-Knot Seer me again. I think I just like playing this, and I think I want to blink him. Just like get that extra reach out of it, basically. It also means they can't Eldrazi Obligator it. Go to work, Ghost Dad. It could be a Smasher. They could have a lot of things. If they Smasher here, they hit us for 12. I think we're going to be a little bit cold to an Eldrazi Obligator regardless of how we slice this. Yeah, smells like Smusher, or maybe they have BBE and they just have their land wrong there. Yeah, they don't usually play All Is Dust. Okay. Well, yeah, if we would have put Elesh into play, we could have been in a little bit of trouble here. Because they would have, if they would have played the Temple, they could have done a bunch. So they're going to hit us for 13 here, actually, if they want. But we're going to kill Matter Reshaper, Bloodblade, Eldrazi Obligator on the backswing. So if they don't have another Obligator, we're going to be in a good spot. If they don't have another Obligator, we'll be in a reasonable spot here. I guess they do play main deck Relic of Progenitus as well, so that could have been a reason to have used the Unburial Rites sooner rather than later. Doesn't it? Only, or activated. Oh, it's not an activated ability, is it? Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for pointing that out. This is a triggered ability, which is a weird difference, but it's an important one. Do I want to cast a Search for Azcanta? Yeah, probably. We're pretty dead to an Obligator. I guess I'm dead to double Smasher, but they don't have enough mana for that. If they don't have Eldrazi Obligator here, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, I guess we're dead to a Bolt as well. They get to go Smasher, hit us for at least 2, and then Bolt us. But they've already played 2 Bolts, so maybe we're okay. Do I bring in Stony Silence in this matchup just because they have a bunch of relics? Ezeret, okay. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. The old cantrip Matter Shaper. Birds of Paradise, yep, that's a good one. Alright, so the last card is Reality Smasher here. That was a punt on their part. They should have put this into their hand because they could discard it to this later. Goryo's Vengeance. No, I want that. Yeah, I'll transform it. I get a removal spell with this, right? Vryn's Prodigy into play here. Loot for a path. They're gonna go ahead and have to chump block here. Oh, they don't have to chump block here, actually, right? That makes sense. Blink, Obsidat. Yeah, I agree, Mellow Magic. He seems like a reasonable addition. We are dead now. Am I? The Smasher's only a 3-3. The Smasher's only a 3-3. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine, right? So I get to block their 3-3 and then take 3 from these other two? Feels like it's time to restart Magic Online. Running real slow. Man, 4-mana Unsummon is great. 4-mana Unsummon is great. I'd like your hazard gone, please. Oh, it's dead to Obligator. Yeah, that's a good line. So verdicts are great. Detention Sphere is great. Iona's not great. Timely seems fine. I think I want Stony Silences just because they turn off relics and their things. They might try and Blood Moon us. Rune Halo also seems okay here. Collective Brutality seems narrow. I think I don't want these discard spells in my deck. They're playing it because it 5-0'd, and they want to see why it 5-0'd, Burgle. I agree that it has not been impressive. They're bringing this Disenchant just to hedge the Blood Moons they're going to have in their sideboard. It can also kill Relic some of the time. That seems fine. I think I'm going to mulligan. Change just doesn't impact the board fast enough. I think there's Jace in it at least. So far Jace has been a 4-mana unsummon. So far Jace has been a 4-mana unsummon. I think it's horseshit, Rollins. I think if you get caught cheating the second time in competitive play and it's just like it's not circumstantial evidence, like it's on camera or verified, or like we are 100% certain that you cheated more than once, you should be banned from competitive play permanently. There's no reason for those people to be allowed back into the game. Just get them out of there. Since I drew my other basic swamp, am I just fetching basic planes with this just to like play around Blood Moon? I think that's the case. 3-1. Double digit DQs. That's ridiculous. No, I just don't really have an interest in doing flashback gauntlets, Rendrag. I appreciate the offer, but I would much prefer if you take that money and put it towards the donation deck list. Like, there just isn't really like repeatable content in what's it called, those flashback gauntlets. I mean, this is kind of a beating, but like this Lingering Souls is about to be great, right? Let's go like Lingering Souls pass, right? They have Smasher here, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. But other than that, we're doing okay. Do you need help, Jacob? Need your tablet turned on? Look, push the button, and slide up. Blood Braid, yep. Please be a piece of mana, please be a piece of mana, please be a piece of mana. Alright, at least it doesn't have haste. No, Jace isn't summoning sick. There's no card in my deck that I can draw that would make me not play Lingering Souls there. Because I want to be able to flash back the souls, I think. So I get that I could have binned the souls and then like held path up this turn too, but I think I'd rather just be able to flash back my souls in this matchup. I just drew Marsh Flats. I don't know, I could accept that reasoning is faulty, but I'm pretty sure I was just like guaranteed taking the line that I took there. All right, so if I crack this fetch land and then loot with Jace, I can flip the Jace, which sounds great. Grab a Watery Grave here. Actually, I want to get a white source, right? I really don't need, I need double blue for Jace, I guess. Right, we'll grab Hallowed Fountain for now. I can loot here. This Darkslick Shores. I think I want to path plus flashback souls here. I don't have access to a second basic planes in my deck, so I'd have to shock to path snap path there. If I had a second basic planes, I'd consider using the path twice, but I think the fact that I have to shock means it just makes it not worthwhile. All right, hopefully they just play this Thought-Knot Seer here. That means I get to path it and then they don't have that much pressure left over. I can trade these 2 spirit tokens for this Bloodbraid Elf. No, I don't think I'm pathing Matter Reshaper. I think I'd rather save this path for a more threatening card like a Thought-Knot Seer or a Reality Smasher. I think it's pretty unlikely that I was going to path this Matter Reshaper. In fact, I think it's pretty likely that I want to trade these 2 spirits for the Bloodbraid Elf. And like, while this card sits in play, it's just a 1/2, right? So I like get more value by waiting, basically. These are coming at me. Hey, for that hard stance on cheaters and extra democracy for BB, John. You Steam Flogger boss, I appreciate that. So I'm probably just leading on this Serum Visions here. Find both of these are pretty good. So I'm gonna go top here. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna minus Jace, path this, and then next turn I can minus Jace, cast Serum Visions, and then Goryo's Vengeance the Jace back into play. Like, gain a bunch of health here. There might be merit to leaving them. I guess I'm dead to Smasher with this line, but I didn't have a line that wasn't dead to Smasher, right? I guess I could have drawn. Yeah, okay. I could have drawn the timely reinforcements. I could have flashback Serum Visions, drawn timely reinforcements there, played this and played timely. Yeah, that was probably bad. No, it's me manually adding points to the spreadsheet when people donate. Yeah, maybe that was right. I could have played around Reality Smasher there. Yeah, I could have played Swamp Visions timely. Yeah, and then I could have just Goryo's Vengeance next turn. Yeah, that was probably better. That was probably better. The turn 2 3-1, turn 3 3-1 was a little bit pressure to health total a little bit much, but I think I messed up that sequencing there at the end. I could have played around Smasher and probably should have. I mean, there aren't that many donations I'll take. It auto updates the sorting, but I have to manually add the bonus weight column in. Nope, the Streamlab donation page is where all the donations come through, unless you're sending bits. It's like not exciting, but it's fine. Keep a land. Need another blue source at some point, but I think this is definitely a keep. Verdict's pretty good here. Verdict's like actually kind of medium, right? It's like they have what's it called? They have a lot of haste creatures. Oh, you have little faith? Of course there's the Hoagland Screecher emote. Of course there's a Hoagland Screecher emote. This is a great draw. Not only does it give us blue and white for this, but it lets us trigger Revolt on this. Jace is actually pretty mediocre in this matchup, right? Because they have just so many haste threats. The ergonomic mouse actually hurts my hand to use it. Not a dismember, that's great. I'm just gonna fatal push this. Because we're just used to calling things triggers in Magic the Gathering. Trigger Revolt, turn on Revolt, whatever, same difference. You are correct that Revolt is technically not a trigger. No, the Grand Prelist didn't have Blood Braid Elf in it. We're definitely playing the Jace here. The question is, what else are we doing with the Jace? By Jace Storm, it's dead to bolts and all sorts of stuff. I think we're just supposed to scry here. I think we're just supposed to scry. Gifts Ungiven. Such awkward. You just have to bottom that because of the relic. This still dies to Smasher, or it dies to Bloodbraid into... It dies to Bloodbraid into the 3-1. Extras with the $20 donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Streamlabs here. Great content as always. Let's turn some elephants and into spaghetti monsters one of these days. Thanks, I'll get that added to the donation queue. Alright, well, that means Jace isn't dead at least, so we've got that going for us. So I assume Jace is going to eat it here. Pretty sure we Jace Storm this turn, though. Unless they have a bolt for him to finish him off. Feels pretty good to be able to shuffle away stuff like that while the Goryo's Vengeance, while this relic is in play. Yeah, we need to give Magic Online a kick here real quick, I think. Maybe we can finish this game out. That's unfortunate. I should put that right into play. Yeah, I'm gonna restart Magic Online here real quick. Once every 2 hours or so is about its limit. Should not leave my work up on my desktop. Yes, Magic Online has a very bad memory leak. I would call it, I would more refer to it as a memory hemorrhage, more so than a leak. Now, I think talking about fate stealing there is just being what's it called? Being results oriented thinking. Like we have bad cards in our hand and we have a fetch land, so like getting to see multiple cards with the Jace is pretty valuable. Yeah, the Jace did good work. We're kind of hoping to just like draw an Obzadad here, right? Are they on E? It would be sweet if they were on E at this point. I have 2 cards left. That's unfortunate. I guess both of these let us interact with this Thought-Knot Seer, kinda. Probably the Jund deck. I'm kind of surprised they took the Jace there when they have so much pressure in play. It feels like a punt to me, but I'll take it. I'd rather have the Detention Sphere. Maybe they have a way to destroy the Detention Sphere as their last card in hand. That's a pretty great draw. I guess it's a little awkward with that. Do I actually play and flash this back here? I kind of want to just play and flash this back here, because like in event that my opponent has a way to destroy this Detention Sphere, and that's where they left it for us, I don't want them to be able to take Lingering Souls out of my hand. So I can go ahead and trade here and chump here and then D-Sphere next turn. Kiki Court is my favorite Jace the Mind Sculptor deck. Them getting Frisky on the Relic Pop is good there for us. Them getting Frisky on the Relic is good for us. Hey, Pekin Fern with that 3-month Twitch Prime resubscription, a quarter of a year. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way again this month. I'm just going to take 4 here. I think the idea behind that, Lukatog, is that because the deck has more expensive spells with Dark Confidant, you're dealing more damage to yourself, which isn't appealing. Well, now we're just casting that, right? I think Ghost Dad's gonna punch the clock and go to work here. And again, this is one of the reasons why I really like this. Like imagine if this was a Gristlebrand this turn, right? Like, if this is a Gristlebrand, I can't cast it, and I'm nowhere near cheating it into play because of... Oh, that's gross. That's annoying because of this Relic. Well, it still drained him for 2, I guess. It was like the worst possible outcome for us there. It wasn't the worst possible. It was bad. They popped the Relic again. Okay, so trying to get aggressive here. We're trying to dodge a Thought-Knot Seer at this point so we can play this D-Sphere out. I think I'm chump blocking this turn. I don't think I can afford to just take another hit here. I'm holding this fetch land for Jace Brainstorms and triggering Revolt on a Fatal Push if we draw it. Yeah, their deck just has so much mana in it. Snapcaster's kind of mediocre on this current board situation, but not the end of the world. Yeah, I agree. We're in a pretty okay spot right now. I think you're right that both Jaces are dead. Sounds right. Yeah, you're right. Both our Jaces are down at this point. I'm gonna fetch Shock here, which is a little aggressive, but I want to just put this Vryn's Prodigy into play. So this is the punishment, so I've taken 2 extra points of damage by holding that fetch land. Attack with just 1 spirit here, be a little conservative, because I want to preserve my health total at this point. Because we're so far ahead, I don't just want to die by mistake, basically. Yep, Demonic Tutor. Yeah, Smasher's pretty good. Yeah, that's true too. It wasn't free. Definitely wasn't free. I'll fire up Tar Pit here. Oh. No, I think I want to fire up Tar Pit. I think I want to just, like, put them dead on board, right? I think I want to just put them dead on board here. I think attacking with Tar Pit's more valuable there than having a Snapcaster in play. Do you want to flip that order to flip Jace? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. All right, so they have a bolt here. That's fine. Either that or it's a really good bluff. It's a really good bluff. I almost paused for a second there and was like, maybe we should hold a spirit back just to like not get punked, but that's a good bluff on the opponent part. Like make me think about not attacking for lethal. Little things you could do. All right, we're 2-0. 2-0 Esper Goryo gifts here. Maybe. Yeah, I'd be happy to cash. I ain't greedy. We 5-0'd with Kiki Cord last night. Let's just like aim to cash, right? This is going to be my last league of the afternoon, and then again, I'm gonna be back for longer tonight. We're gonna do 2 more leagues tonight after the kids go to bed. So, Christy's still sick, so when Declan wakes up from his nap, I don't want to subject her to him and Jake. So, it's a pretty easy redraw here. No second blue, or no first blue source. Obsidian. How is Obsidian a nice counter to Jace decks? I don't think I follow the line of thinking there. What is Obsidian doing that's good against Jace in general? Just like a difficult to answer threat, so it's good against control decks? I guess I'd buy that. It's good against like the lightning bolt decks. Can't be Jace unsummoned. That's true. The can't be Jace unsummoned is good, I suppose. Okay, yeah, I'd buy that for $1. I don't know that it's good, but it's like fine. It's not like Reality Smasher good. Ugh. I'm gonna keep this hand because it's got castable spells in it. It's got everything we draw as castable. This is castable. This is castable at some point. Our hand makes triple white. Hey, it's just digging for action here. As Cantor ramps us. These are actually pretty good ones on top, right? Vryn's Prodigy lets us ditch this for something else. Norn the Weary dodges everything, including winning. Poor Norn. Fetch Stomping Ground tapped. Valakut deck, maybe? Death Shadow? Some kind of Zoo deck? Windswept Teeth would be odd for Death Shadow. Yeah, Ghost Dad closes hard. When he shows up and goes to work, he is ready to slam the door. Yeah, looks like some kind of 4-color Bloodbraid Elf deck. I kind of wish I would have taken the Collective Brutality to kill this Grimflayer, because we might not have another window to kill this Grimflayer. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yep. Man, is this game winnable anymore at this point? Might not be. It's tough to know that It's tough to know, like, off of Windswept Teeth that, like, Grimflayer is going to be the card that they're going to play. Jacob, inside voice, buddy. Inside voice. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty dead. I think I just want to take some information with me on the way out the door. Like, see what's going on up here. They're a Tribal Flames deck. Okay. Interesting. Sweet. The problem is, like, they're stacking their deck right now with this Grimflayer. Or not. Or we're just shuffling, taking a random. I like how Magic Online is like randomly adding the cards they bin to like the top of the graveyard and the bottom of their graveyard. I left him up. And take a little more information with me on the way out the door, I guess. Probably a Bloodbraid Elf. There are some times where Liliana is just a total slam dunk and other times where she's not. Originally, she was in the deck to hedge Death Shadow, but that deck's kind of fallen out of favor, so if you don't expect to play against a lot of Death Shadow, you could just not play the Liliana. You play like another Jace or another Lingering Souls, potentially. That's a lot of damages, opponent. It's a lot of damages. Alright. Sideboard. Definitely don't want Iona. This is probably just an Unburial package, right? Out matchup, maybe trim some or all of the gifts. Although I guess I don't really have a lot of great cards to bring in. Timely Reinforcement seems fine. Because, like, they have Path to Exile, and, like, Elesh Norn probably doesn't kill a lot of their things, so, like, just putting her into play doesn't seem particularly appealing. We're down a game in this match, but we are 2-0 in the league. I think that's how I want to sideboard. Didn't see too many of their creatures. I feel like Collective Brutality probably doesn't kill enough of them to warrant bringing it in. Did you poop, child? Be a change, please. Hey, Jeff Hoagland story, ain't that the truth? Yes, baby? Ah, this seems so close! Just like one of these cards over here, like one of these 5, which is like randomly a fetch land, would be great. Ugh. Alright, you get 2 shots at the land here, you get a draw step plus the Serum Visions. What about us? What of it? Okay, so I'm gonna bottom both of these, I think. I think I'm thought seizing myself here and putting this Obsidian into my graveyard just so I can Goryo's Vengeance it next turn. This might be a little aggressive, but feels like our best line to win this game. We're a little bit behind. What a masterclass in deck. God, alright. I get it. I get it. We're done here. I get it. We're done here. We lost to Wild Nakano Basic Swamp. Sometimes it's not your day. Sometimes it's not your day. Well, Thoughtseize reveals your hand, so my opponent gets to see that I have Goryo's Vengeance in my hand. Sometimes you lose to Wild Nikotl basic swamp and you just realize that that's how modern goes. Sometimes you just gotta shrug it off and keep it on. The dream is dead. It seems fine. Not exciting, but fine. Yeah, maybe Jet. Actually, I had the land on top of my deck. I don't know. There's probably a good chance they play the spell bomb the following turn anyways. The font is a wine thing, how that's rendered. I don't know what you mean the font for numbers. Are the numbers different? Actually, I've been playing on here so long that I just genuinely don't remember what the defaults looked like. This deck 23 lands? I think so. Actually, don't remember. That's a good question. Yeah, 23 lands. That sounded right. That's fine. I wasn't into playing Magic this game anyways, opponent. Huh. I think I'm gonna Collective Brutality here this turn. Because I'm expecting my opponent to have at least one piece of removal, and that's why they left the Jace Vryn's Prodigy in our hand. It's a lot of removal you got there, opponent. That's gross. So they had no third land, but they hit it off. Hit it for the turn. I'm playing 4-color Jund with Lingering Souls, most likely. No, I want to cut the bolt so that way if they bolt this, they don't get to bolt the Jace the Mind Sculptor down the line. Ultimately, it probably doesn't matter either way, but we did lose game 2 of the last match. No, I don't think so. I think, like, against the Liliana the Veil deck, I'd rather have the extra cards in my hand. Yeah, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to beat those runners. Alright, let's begin sculpting some minds, shall we? Okay. Don't Blood Braid Elf me. Don't bolt me. Just, like, draw a brick for the turn, opponent. Yes! They gambled and lost. Sweet. The Brainstorm Lock is fine. We got to see an extra card. They spun the Liliana down there trying to find a... They didn't hit the Jace. Oh, I guess this doesn't trigger if they don't hit me, right? They found Lingering Souls. It's pretty good. I guess I just unsummon one of these. Like, path this, edict them. Kinda like that. This also shuffles away the card they kept on top of their deck. Pathing the Grimflayer means they can't get it back with Liliana on the last tote. They draw Lingering Souls for the turn. Yep. Oh, that's interesting that they're not flashing it back. I guess they saw like Goryo's Vengeance and stuff, so they just want to play around that. Alright, so to Jace Storm or not to Jace Storm? I could plus just to like keep this Jace alive. It doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scry with this Jace. That doesn't really do anything right now, right? I guess they might pull the trigger on this spellbound though. You wanna bottom that. Just gonna ditch this Thoughtseize. It's probably never doesn't do anything for the rest of the game.
Good.
So we're just gonna trim some of our graveyard stuff rather than try and like play through all of it. So I'm gonna bring in Collective Brutalities to kill Grim players potentially, and Dark Confidants. Also cleans up Bloodbraid Elf. For those that are wondering why I could see that last game, my opponent got a Bloodbraid Elf back with their Liliana the last hope. So that's why we could see it there. I'm gonna go bottom here. I really think I just want some more removal. So Jake is upset that he can't play upstairs right now. So this is gonna be our last league of the afternoon, so we can go upstairs. I've never really interacted with Sean McLaren. I've had the microphone mostly on mute until he calms himself down. Well, now I'm just gonna play this Concealed Courtyard out since we drew this. So, like, a big part of the reason why MTGO gets ragged on so much, extras, is that they get a lot of the really complicated stuff right, but they still manage to fuck up so many of the details that go into the game. Like, what's a good example of a detail that's a miss? There's just so many random ones. I don't have a good one offhand, but there's a lot of little attention to details that's just like, well, if you paid us like a little bit closer attention, this would be really good, but you're not, so it's not. You know, I'm not even talking about like cards being broken. I'm talking about like, I can't, Spellbomb's annoying. I guess it like clears the way for this Goryo's Vengeance later if they take out my Lingering Souls now. Yeah, Vendilion Clique not putting cards in the revealed zone is a great example of like a little detail that's a miss. Yeah, I don't even think it's super fair to like pick super complicated things. Like memory leaks are complicated from a programming standpoint, and you know, declaring infinite loops. That's a really complicated programming standpoint. I'm talking about just like little details that they miss on. Those aren't little details in my opinion. Yeah, why is downtime in the middle of the week? Pay your programmers to work overnight. Pay your downtime staff to work overnight like you should be able to. Blue lightning bolts is a great example. Like why is that a thing? Why are the card colors wrong for years? Well, and part of the reason why Arena is going to be good is because we're just losing to all of the best deck building today. Just all of the most fantastical deck building. All right. I think I just need to fatal push this elf to keep my health total high. We're gonna cast this Gifts as a value Gifts here. Do you need more pretzels? The cage really makes his Gifts a lot worse. I think we're just getting like 4 reasonable cards. Just like using it as a draw too, basically. I guess I could have waited to push the elf to get a Supreme Verdict here. I can get like Obzadat, Serum Visions. What other cards that are useful here? I can almost cast this Elesh Norn. Probably get like a Detention Sphere here too. That seems pretty good. Is there something better than Serum Visions I could get here? I could put my other Mind Sculptor in here. I can put my other Mind Sculptor in here. I think I'm happy with any 2 of these. No, I don't think I have enough time to get another Gifts with the Raging Ravine on the table. I could get Clique to click myself. That's actually a good suggestion. So we're getting 2 pieces of value here regardless of what they give us. Look by the floor, bud. Wow, they gave me Detention Sphere. I guess they don't know about the Goryo's Vengeance in my hand, right? That's a surprise. Yeah, I agree. Value gifts piles are great. I mean, like, if they have Decay, they can't cast it this turn, so I'm gonna get to flute my Obsidat into play. They need, like, Dismember here to kill this before it can blink. And even then, they're taking a big hit. So this is gonna 7 them down to 3, and then he's going to blink, meaning he's gonna put them to 1 next turn when he comes back into play. Well, that worked out well for us. I did not think we were winning this game. We have a chance now. So again, because Obsidat exiles himself there, we get to stack the trigger, so we're gonna need to keep that Obsidat permanently. Daddy's gonna come back next turn. Obsidat's not a deadbeat dad, he comes back into play. The cat comes back. Honestly, I think they were in trouble regardless of which ones they gave us, which is why it was a good gifts, right? We're just like pretty happy regardless of what they do. Path of Spirit token here. I guess this gives them basic mountain, but it takes a blocker out of the way. Whoa, do they not have a basic mountain in their deck? That would be so good for us. Alright, how many creatures are in graveyards here? There's 1 creature over there. I wonder if they have a Terminate. We get an untapped land, we get to play Elesh Norn. Mama's home. Mommy and Daddy are here, and they are hangry, opponent. They are super, super hangry. So you're gonna have to chump block my Obsidat. Welcome to Chump City, Population U. We're so handsome and clever, ain't that the truth? All right, we're on the scoreboard. Yep, they just die in our next upkeep. Exactly correct. This is a timely reinforcements matchup. This might be an okay timely reinforcements matchup. Just like trim another Goryo's Vengeance, they have Spell Bombs and Cage. I realized it was good there, but I think just like trying to sidestep that, like, I don't think they're gonna make that same mistake they did. We have pretty limited ways to get Cage off the table, so I kind of want to minimize the number of things I have that are playing to the graveyard. This scene seems fine. Not exciting, but fine. Hopefully they have Grim Flayer on too and we get to kill it. They probably have Terminate in their 75. They probably have a Terminate in their 75. Yeah, exactly. Montique. You're just a control deck that has like random fast win cons sometimes. Yay, Grimflayer. Alright, this is like almost certain to hit if I escalate, right? I feel like I want to escalate. Just like ditch a land at this point. Want to ditch a land. Ditch the other brutality, actually. It's a good one. It's a good one. They have a Grimflayer here that's worth noting. Yeah, so some regret having discarded my... Regret having discarded the second brutality. That's what it is. So they've got Bloodbraid and then one card we don't know. Man, just super regret having discarded the... This is Bloodbraid. See what they get off the wheel spin. Abrupt Decay. That's a good one. Do you want to kill your Tarmogoyf? So the Snapcaster Mage is going to trade for this Goyf and this Bloodbraid. This is kind of insane for us. Alright, well, we're out of action, but we've also worn them down for the most part. And our deck probably has scarier top decks than theirs as long as we have our graveyard available to us. Like that one. Like that one's pretty good. This might actually just be a value gifts. I think this is going to be a value gifts here. Another Bloodbraid. Please don't hit graveyard hate. Please don't hit graveyard hate. Another removal spell. It's really unfortunate for us. Alright, well now this is definitely just a value gifts. A little bit of run goods on both sides of the table here. The good news is, if we force them to use the spell bomb here, they don't, they won't get to draw a card with it. So I think Lingering Soul seems good here. Obsidat seems good here. Timely Reinforcements actually seems pretty good here too, right? And then maybe just another Gifts Ungiven. Feel about that. I'm pretty happy regardless of which two of these we get. I think Elesh Norn's a little slow. The next Gifts Ungiven can get Elesh Norn potentially. So like they don't have enough pressure in play right now to give us this other gifts, I don't think. So I think they need to bin the gifts and then they have to decide which of the other two they want to give us. Brennan Poole, the 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with Timely Souls here, right? Like that's pretty fine for us. Yeah, I agree, Rollins. Gifts is a really sweet magic card, and Blue-Red Gift Storm just like takes it and ruins it. Okay, yep, sweet. Hey, Old Bay Ray, with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. So next turn we can play and flashback souls, which is nice. Hitting land for firing up Raging Ravine is kind of scary. So I get to go ahead and double block this Bloodbraid Elf, and then we're looking for removal for the Raging Ravine. I guess we can kind of race this, right? Are we firing up Vryn, or do you have stuff to do in your hand? I think the Naya, Cobra, Rallier, Kikigor deck is still good. I don't know, it's fine. It's definitely worse than the Jace build. Now we really need removal. I'm gonna double block here. If they have removal, they could blow us out, but I think we're fine with that. I think we're fine with that. I was gonna keep making land drops, right? So there's 2 creatures in my bin, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in their bench. The scavenging is gonna be really big, really fast. Yeah, we flooded quite a bit this game. That's definitely true. Man, and like the tough part is like the flooding just wouldn't have mattered if they hadn't hit that spell bomb off that second Bloodbraid. Like if they would have missed on that, we'd have put him away in a really big way. But I want to chump block this. I think I do. I think I'm just throwing this in the way. Elesh would be a great draw. All right, they're out of cards. That's good for us. All right. Can potentially turn these lands into something useful. Hey, Breeden Pool, that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. As always, subs are one of the best ways you can support my content here, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi. Hi. We're almost done, and then we'll go upstairs, okay? Malcam entry with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Why didn't they use the green man on the Scoos at end of turn? That's really weird. Right, I'm gonna chump block the Scoos again here, take 4. Hopefully this Jace, hopefully we can have a double spell turn next turn. Would be ideal. Hit, draw a useful spell for the turn, draw a spell with Jace. Supreme Verdict would be a very good draw. Especially if they're adding more pressure to the table. So, need to flood and die. They're spellbombing us in response here. That's pretty good for us. They're actually losing a Snapcaster Mage here. Verdict. God. It's getting kind of frustrating. I feel like I played this game pretty well. We've gotten pretty unlucky here at the end. You could maybe say I'm supposed to like play the fetch lands out to try and flip the Jace sooner, but like flipping the Jace doesn't matter if we don't draw spells. It's weird that they keep like not using their last green mana. Are they worried I have like spell plus Snapcaster? Bloodbraid Elf. God. Please, Supreme Verdict. Please, Supreme Verdict. Hey, random guy 1017 with that Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. All right, chat. I need you to channel your energy. Chat. We're just gonna... I think we're just gonna spread out some chump blocks here and hope to hit our verdict. I think this is our play to win line. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Can I trade that kingdom for a Supreme Verdict? Supreme Verdict, please. Supreme Verdict. That's a bunch of looks at a Supreme. Can I... If I fetch, that adds 2 cards to my discard pile. And then this adds a 4th, and then this adds a... Okay, so I want to double fetch here because I can flip the Jace. I can flip the Jace here. So I want to get Swamp with this. I want to get planes with this. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do. So we have to beat Lingering Souls plus Raging Ravine. They have a Lingering Souls flashback and a Raging Ravine that they can activate. We're drawing Obsidian, and then we get to Scry 2. No, I want a vision here. I'm gonna bottom this, top this. If they draw a discard spell, they draw a discard spell. Hopefully it's just Flashback Souls plus Krakus with Raging Ravine. Would be ideal. I mean, to be fair, we've drawn most of the lands in our deck, so that only leaves gas, right? When you've drawn most of the lands, that leaves gas to draw. Right, so this puts us to 12. Then they're hitting us for... I don't think I want to trade this with Raging Ravine. I think I want to just do this and then blink my... Just send Dad to work here. Like to send Daddy to work. Well, I guess if they want to fire up Raging Ravine, they can't use the Scavenging Ooze, which is great for us. Sweet. Okay, so then there's no... So we're going to have to flip this Jace next turn and flashback Supreme Verdict. But I guess that kills our Obsidat. So maybe I should have left the Obsidat if I thought I might be flashing back the Supreme Verdict here. Gosh, that's another one. Alright, so what am I doing here? We're definitely looting with Jace. Huh. They have another Raging Ravine here. No, I bottomed the Brutality earlier. So I'm gonna bin this Supreme Verdict. I'm gonna bin the Supreme Verdict. I'm gonna go and attack with the Obsidat. If they chump block, I don't have to flash back Verdict. If they don't chump block, I'm flashing back Verdict. Alright, so this flashes back Verdict. Yeah, I agree it sucks, but like, it's our line, right? Hopefully they just like draw a brick here. This is a good line on their part. Attacking Jace. Alright, well let's Fatal Push that. Alright, they drew a brick. So did we. It's been a clutch game. A lot of back and forth. We started off pretty unfortunate, but like opponents like kind of met us on the flood screw side of the plane now. God! That cuts off so many of our draws, and it means Jace can't flash anything back. Oh. Good beats, opponent. Opponent top deck a little better than us there at the end. A little better than us there at the end. That was a close game. I think that turn... Maybe I'm supposed to leave them... Maybe I'm supposed to leave them with the Ravine... Maybe I'm supposed to leave them with the Ravine and just push the Scavenging Ooze. Maybe I'm supposed to leave them with the Ravine and just push the Scavenging Ooze there. and like try and race them with the Obsidat. I mean, it's modern. Decks never leave. I really hate that mantra, chat. Just like people are like, oh, you played against that deck. That deck's a thing again. It's like, well, it never stopped being a thing. The reason why Modern's the most popular format is because it's a format where people just like have their deck that they like to play and they just never stop playing it, regardless of if it's good, bad, or otherwise. Well, did they have... I'd have to go back and see. I'm not sure if they had the second Ravine when I took that line. They might have. If they did... I think regardless, maybe I was supposed to just Fatal Push Gift Obsidat. Hey, Paradise Sal with that $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. They played the second Ravine that turn. Yeah. It was closer. Maybe it was also an argument to like keeping the Collective Brutality on top of my deck, but that's probably not. That's probably a non-argument. Opponent's playing Dredge. That's unfortunate. Dredge is pretty close to an unwinnable matchup for us. Dredge is pretty close to an unwinnable matchup for us. I don't want another Jace. I'd probably take another Serum Visions. Fills the graveyard up to flip this first Jace. We have 2 Jace the Mind Sculptors in our deck. I mean, Greentron is great. It was great before the unbannings, and it's great now. It's good against a lot of these dirtily mid-range and control decks people are playing. This is the deck that... No! Jeez. You know, Jake's rowdy. I'm kind of tilted. I'm gonna be done for the day. I'll be back tonight. Again, my wife is sick, so Declan will be up from his nap soon. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I will catch all of y'all around later. This is a pretty impossible matchup, even when I don't misclick on 2 there, and it's definitely impossible now. So I'll be back again tonight after the kids go to sleep, probably about 4 hours from now, and I will catch all of y'all then.